Hello, hello, hello. You are tuning into another episode of The Wunderkind Show. Today's first topic, Shannon Sharpe has officially been inducted into First Take. Look, I actually look at this a little differently than other people do, right? I truly do. Right now, Stephen A. Smith is on a media tour, or First Take itself, talking about, putting up pictures of him and Shannon Sharpe. You remember the LeBron and D-Wade photo when LeBron's dunking it and Wade's coming out of the side like this, replaced their faces with it. He did an introduction today on today's show. The whole nine. They posted and said, help is on the way. Here's what I'm taking from a lot of this, right? Because, this is media politics almost. ESPN has seen what Undisputed has done to their ratings. Because like I always tell people, I was there at the beginning. I was watching Cold Pizza. I remember vividly watching Cold Pizza and watching that show with Skip. And I forgot the other white guy that was the mediator in the center. He used to have some white in his hair and black at the top. Real cool, smooth dude. And then he would have multiple people come on, like Rob Parker, Stephen A. Smith, I believe Broussard. It was a line of people to debate him on certain subjects. And Cold Pizza was doing very well. Very well. And then they upgraded it to First Take. Now, First Take in and within itself has become a staple in pop culture. Everybody has watched First Take at some point or another or have heard of First Take. But there's a problem. I'm showing you the grand scheme of things. Disney, the parent company of ESPN, and ESPN itself has been hemorrhaging money. If you do not believe me, Iger, the whatever guy, has said so much and has almost has been speaking on maybe putting up ESPN for sale. Okay, so that's why you're having these different moving parts on ESPN right now. And if you have not already known or heard, you have a lot of analysts, media personalities being fired, let go. It was not only to make space and way for a Shannon Sharpe or a Pat McAfee. It was to save them money, right? And to take away some of the overhead, because they have been losing money, like, I'm talking losing money left, right, forward, back, underway, double flip. So they're trying to pick up the pieces now. And by one of the pieces is they're investing in people that have large connections to like media or like fan bases, large fan base, like a Pat McAfee. He already had a large fan base. Shannon Sharpe, very large fan base, right? And you're putting those guys on the platform and saying, you guys do more of the heavy lifting to get some of our subscribers and viewers back. There is a problem. Because for as much people think that Stephen A. and Shannon Sharpe is going to be absolutely dynamic, I'm one of the people that do not believe is going to be an absolute, like, oh my God, it's a tune-in show every day. And remember, they're only doing it 2 days a week. I don't believe it's going to be that. I truly don't. I feel like it's going to be looked at as a must-watch at first, probably for the first 2 to 3 weeks. And then the shine and the novelty of it is going to wear out. And then those two brothers are going to have to come up with ways on how to get you to stay tuned. Now, I always try to say this to people, and I'm not defending anything. I'm just speaking real. The Skip Bayless effect. People do not look into that enough. I know a lot of people that get, oh, Skip Bayless is dumb. I don't like him. He's ridiculous. He spews hate. Da, 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 da. Okay, whatever. If you want to believe that, believe that. But one thing that he has done very well is open the doors for other co-hosts and moderators for better, more premium or more prevalent jobs outside of the platform that he allowed them to join him on. And you have to understand this. And I've said this before. Shannon Sharpe was on TV before before Undisputed. Just like Stephen A was on TV before First Take. He just didn't stick. They let him go. I believe he was on the NFL Network. It was that or Fox. He was on Fox for a couple months. I think it was like maybe 8 or 9 months. And they're like, you just don't got what we like. I think it might have been NFL. You understand where I'm coming from? Didn't stick. And he came on First Take a couple times because of Skip. Now, what Skip brings is what people do not understand. When I meant the Skip effect, it's the absolute antagonist. That's what he brings to everybody's story. I don't care how you make a hero. A hero is only as good as the villain. Please watch The Dark Knight if you have not already done so. That's what makes it truly compelling. You see, in sports media, Skip is the ultimate villain. He's like the Joker. You love to despise him. You love to hate him. You tune in to watch somebody put him in his place. This is not me agreeing with everything Skip does. I'm stating facts. And because of that, a void is always made across from him. Can a hero step up and challenge this man and thwart his evil deeds on television every time he speaks? And guess what? That's what Stephen A. Smith was on First Take, and that's what Shannon Sharpe was on Undisputed. Now, here's the thing. Because people seem to forget real quick. When Skip had left First Take, a lot of people were saying this, finally, yeah, the show's going to be so much better. Like butter, baby. You know, we got rid of the worst part. Stephen A. is going to be Stephen A.'s show and whatever else like that. As soon as you took away the inherent evil that everybody agreed was the evil, all of a sudden, Stephen A. wasn't so glamorous anymore. He didn't shine as bright like he once did before. It almost started to look like sometimes he came off as arrogant, obnoxious, ignorant even on some things. Y'all remember? Because I do. And as great as Stephen A. Smith is and what he has done to bring himself to the level, he's never been the same since he has left Skip. Now, everybody thought that Undisputed was going to flop. Undisputed and Fox, that's Undisputed with The Herd, the show with Colin Cowherd, has made Fox, and I believe First Things First with Nick Wright, has made Fox more subscribers than ESPN now. It's the first time Fox Sports has ever leapfrogged ESPN. And it's been mostly because of Undisputed, because Undisputed has been their most popular show. Their most viable show. Their most memed show. The internet traffic from Undisputed, it was untouched. And look, I get it. You're like, well, Shannon Sharpe was a large part of that. He was a big part of that. But it was also because he filled the void of being the hero in this villain story. And that's the perpetual nature of the media, the machine. You know what I mean? Now, I don't think Shannon Sharpe, I thought what he would do is he would go out and start his own show and maybe bring somebody in and front his own thing. But what he's done is he's broken it up and said, look, I'll do 2 days with Stephen A., one of the biggest, second biggest now, morning show, right? Debate show. And then I'll team up with Colin Cowherd on the internet side with my club Shay. And that's the route that he had taken. And I don't think it's going to end specifically well on either end. Because Club Shay might survive it, but I don't think he's going to garner or shine the way he did anywhere close to it like he did on Undisputed. Because one thing when you're allowed to go against someone like Skip and shine, it allowed Shannon to truly be himself. It allowed him to go up. Like, you ever seen when players play against with some players and they can't fully be themselves? You remember seeing what Dwayne Wade looked like when he had Shaq? Y'all remember? Then y'all remember what he looked like when he was playing with LeBron James? Y'all remember? It's different. Same player. But used differently. His shine didn't shine as bright. And it's going to be very, very interesting to watch Stephen A. and Shannon Sharpe trying to find like a basis minimum to operate with each other. Not stepping on each other's shoes, not trying to see who's over who. At the end of the day, it's Stephen A. Smith's show. It's not like Shannon's coming on every day, but this could be a trial for him becoming every day. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. So I'm not wishing anything bad. I hope him all the best. I just think that people are setting this joint combination of a Shannon and Stephen A. I think they're setting it up for failure. They truly are. And I think once the novelty wears off, I think a lot of people are going to say it's not what they thought it was going to be. And then you will hear me say, well, that's because the villain isn't in the story. And sometimes, I'll never forget it because I brought up The Dark Knight. You either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain. And in that situation, in that scenario, which one of those gentlemen are going to be the proverbial villain? Who will embrace that villainous role so astutely, ready, and not care how anybody feel about him? I wonder. And you should too. And that's an episode of The Wunderkind Show. Thank you for watching. You know how we get down. We have fun and we laugh. But everything we talk about rooted in what? Facts and truth. Please do remember, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment. You know I love the comments. And if you have not done so already, check out The Wunderkind Show's Patreon. Amazing. 3 tiers of absolute content goodness. Shout outs to the patrons that are already there. You know what I mean? Definitely, I'm going to be bouncing some ideas off them. So y'all just wait and tune in for that. And if you want to help with, putting towards better equipment for the show, putting stuff together so I can get, certain personalities and stuff on there, bottom of the screen, QR codes to a Cash App. Cash App is located in the description of every video that we do, and the name of it is $, The Wunderkind Show. Real easy. But once again, this is The Wunderkind Show. The show's Metro signing off, and as always, you guys know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Yerp.